Hello, Wrapping Your Dreams team, and welcome. Hope you're pumped up. I love that video. I love that song. It's all about hearing yourself and hearing me roar. This is about self-empowerment and taking charge of your future. And I am so excited to have each of you on this webinar tonight. I think we've got a great presentation tonight, and I'm going to give my lovely wife, Sandy, a chance to say hi. Sandy, I'm not hearing you. Try the button on your microphone. Okay, well, for some reason we're not hearing Sandy, and so I'm going to keep going on while she tries to figure that out. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Awesome. Okay, we're going to keep going on, and as promised, these are the topics that we're going to talk about tonight. And so I'm just going to jump right into it because we got a lot to cover, and I may jump off on a tangent also. Okay, so the first thing was the It Works business model, and I think it's so important for each of us to understand the business that we're in. So number one, you can effectively explain it to other people, and you can combat those statements like, is this a pyramid scheme and all that other stuff. And then more importantly, so you understand what we're in, so you understand what it is that you are trying to accomplish in this business. So the first thing that I want to start with is simply to talk about what conventional companies do. And what conventional companies do is they pay an advertising firm to go advertise for them. I'd put some stats up here, how much each of these companies spend in advertising per year. And the question is, well, why do they spend so much in advertising? And the answer is simple. They budget, they go into their company budget, and they set amount certain aside for advertising because they know that the more people they reach, then the more sales they're going to have. And that's why a company like Verizon can spend $2.5 billion in advertising, because they're going to do way more than that in sales. And so the problem with that is all that money is going to the advertising firm, and that advertising firm is making bank to go advertise for that company. Well, in It Works, we have a different business model, and I'll tell you that are on this webinar tonight that you can call it network marketing, but I don't really like to say network marketing because network marketing kind of has a negative connotation and people tend to shut you down. So what I say is we have a different business model. Let me explain my business model to you. Okay, so I always like to tell them what conventional companies do, but then we look at our company, and our company actually doesn't advertise. You won't see our company in magazines or on TV or anything like that. They decided to take a different path. They took that money that they would normally budget for advertising, and they built it into their compensation plan. So instead of paying an advertising firm millions of dollars to go advertise, they instead pay it out to us as distributors to go out and call sales for them. And in fact, when you look at the budget that they set out 53 cents on every dollar they make in sales to be paid out in commission. So that's their advertising budget, and it's built into our compensation plan. So if you look at a company like It Works that did $500 million in sales last year, and I can't give you this year's numbers because they haven't been totaled yet, that means they paid out $265 million in commissions. And I think at the time that was to like 50 or 60,000 distributors. So somebody's making bank through this opportunity. Okay, so the question is, well, why does it make sense for the company? You know, why follow this business model vice the other? Number one, they get to utilize the most powerful form of advertising known to mankind, and that's word of mouth. It is simply people sharing with other people. And the neat thing about that is if Verizon pays out $2.5 billion in advertising in a year, that's no guarantee of results that they're going to get from that advertising. But with our compensation plan, which pays out directly on the sales that you cause, the company only pays out based on results. And so what is your job? It's your job to go out and not only do sales yourself, to go out and share this product and this opportunity with other people, but it's also your job to create a sales team. Okay? And the bigger you build that sales team, the more sales you're going to cause for It Works. And the more sales you cause for It Works, the more they're going to pay you. And so if you know the compensation plan and you study the compensation plan, what I'm going to tell you is simply this. There is no limit to how much you can make. You could build a sales organization that does $500 million by itself. Not It Works, but just the sales organization that you built did $500 million in sales. That means that $265 million would be yours. Okay, well, not all of it, but that's the amount of commissions that would be paid out to your whole team. Based on $500 million in sales, I would expect about $50 million in commission off of that, because it's about 10% is what it works out to. So the thing I want to stress to you is you by yourself are not going to be able to do $100,000 in sales. But what you can do is you can take ownership of your company, and you can assume that you're the CEO, and you can create this incredible sales team of hundreds or thousands of distributors throughout the country and the world, and they're all working to build their own sales teams, and that's how you sell a lot. Because this isn't about like one person doing $100 in sales. This is about a whole bunch of people doing a little bit in sales, like $400 a month. And I think that's reasonable that we go out and in a 30-day period, we can do $400 in sales. We have an amazing product line of skincare and health supplements and body contouring that no one else on the marketplace has. And now we have energy drinks coming out in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited about that. Now, if you look at the marketplace that backs those, how many billions of dollars are being spent every year in skincare? How many billions of dollars are being spent every year in health supplements? How many billions of dollars a year are being spent on shapewear or plastic surgery? How many billions of dollars a year are being spent on energy drinks? So the marketplace is there, and it's our job to go create this sales team and go out and grab a portion of that market for ourselves. That's your job. The bigger team you build, the more sales you're going to do, the more money you're going to get paid. This is about the power of a term called geometric progression. Don't worry about that, but let me tell you what it means. It means I sign 3, and those 3 sign 3, and those 9 sign 3. And next thing you know, you have this picture represented here on this slide. 40 distributors. And if each one of those distributors does at least $400 in sales, that means you created a team that caused $16,000 in sales for the company. And that just continues to grow and grow and grow through your leadership and through your mentorship. And tonight, I'm going to tell you how to do that. So, first things first, and we're going straight down the list. How to find prospects. Okay? First of all, if we want to talk about how to find prospects, we got to talk about where to find prospects. And I'm going to give Sandy one more chance to jump in and see if she figured out her audio issues. Did you try to unmute your computer and the button on your microphone? And I am not hearing anything. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. First things first is a hundreds list, and it doesn't have to be 100 names. You don't have to call it a hundreds list. I'd prefer you call it an active candidate list. This is an active list of friends and family and acquaintances for you to reach out to and share our products and opportunity with. Okay, so this is often a starting point for a new distributor, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Another great place to go find leads and prospects are vendor events. You set up a table like the picture I have pictured here. And oh, by the way, I got all these pictures off our Facebook page, so thank you to everyone for contributing. You go to vendor events and people come up to your table and you talk to them with excitement about this opportunity, about these products. And then they're interested and you get their contact information. And typically I go to vendor events and I come away with, tens of hundreds of contacts to follow up with after the vendor event. So it's a great place to find prospects. The next place that you can go to is social media. And social media is the most powerful tool that you can utilize to find and nourish your relationships. Hey, Sandy, if you can hear me and if you want to talk on this, you just come on up to my office and I'll let you grab my microphone. So this is the most powerful tool you can utilize, and I'll tell you what, I'm just going to be straight up. I'm not smart on social media. I think a majority of us aren't smart on social media. And if you wanted to become smart on social media, you could probably go take some very specific classes to teach you all this stuff, and it would probably cost you thousands of dollars. Or you could just subscribe to our social media training being provided by corporate with probably the best social media guru in the world, who we stole from Pixar Animations, and let him teach you with short 3 to 5 minute videos every day for the next 100 days. Now, you've already missed like 30 days, but you could easily get caught up, and that costs $49, not thousands. And what I know, because I've been doing the videos, it's going to make you a social media guru, and it's going to up your game. And next thing you know, through your social media efforts, you're going to start having people come to you. And then the last place to find prospects for this business or for the products is through everyday life. And you have to incorporate this business into your life. I leave the house every day wearing my black, green, and bling. I am always carrying Blitz cards on me. I am, always talking. I'm looking to make a conversation with people. And once I get that conversation going, I can always turn that conversation towards my business. And I don't have to be like, hey, come join my business. I'll ask something simple like, hey, what do you do for a living? And then they'll tell me, and I'll say, yeah, I used to work, but then my wife found it works, and now I don't work anymore because I'm retired. And so that gets the conversation going. So it doesn't matter who you're talking to or what they're talking about. If you're smart in your approach, you can always turn the conversation towards your business and pique their interest. And if they don't bite, fine, keep talking. And if they do, then you got them. Okay, so how to find prospects. As a new distributor, you're going to start with your hundreds list. But here's the deal. I'm going to have you write down maybe 20 to 30, and we'll keep working on your hundreds list, and you write down 100 people that you know. Well, eventually you will have contacted all 100 people. Some of them will sign as customers. Some of them will start their own business with you as a distributor, and some will say, no, thank you, I'm not interested, and they'll go to your follow-up list. But the bottom line is you will eventually run out of your hundreds list if you're not constantly adding to that hundreds list. How do I add to that hundreds list? I do it through vendor events, social media, and everyday life. The key here is consistency. You have to plant seeds every day. You have to make new relationships every day, and you have to nourish those relationships every day. And that sounds daunting, but I'm just telling you that's what it takes to be successful. You can't just go out saying, join my business, join my business, join my business, and people are going to bite on that. Okay, Sandy has been so consistent in the last 3 years of posting about her business and building relationships online that every day people are coming to her saying, I'm interested in the products or I'm interested in the opportunity. Okay, so you have to plant seeds every day now to harvest those crops every day in the future. Because if you miss a week of planting seeds, then you're going to miss a week of harvest. So I need you to look real hard at yourself right now and say, how consistent are you on this? And number two, how good are you at making relationships online? See, Sandy just goes out into the social media world and she engages people on their turf about what they're talking about, what's concerning them, what's interesting them. And because she befriends them and talks to them about what they want to talk about, they like Sandy. And so what do? They send her a friend request. And of course, at that point, they stalk her page. And when they stalk her page, they see a whole bunch of stuff about her everyday life. They get to know her through her Facebook page. But every once in a while, they see something curious about It Works, or Retire My Husband, or another business partner joined, or this or that. And they start to wonder him because they already like Sandy and they trust Sandy, and Sandy's never once approached them and said, hey, come join my business. They come ask her about it. Boom. Okay, so that's the same kind of approach that I want you to take, and I think that's kind of the approach that you're going to take when you start to do that social media training that we talked about. Okay? The next thing I want to talk about is the 5 and 5 rule. And actually, I've seen it in a lot of various books. The last book I read that I saw it in, because I'm big into self-development, is Sarah Robbins' Rockin' Your Network Marketing Business. And I just read that right off the cover of the book because it's sitting on my desk. Okay? And she has the 5 and 5 rule. She says, every day I reach out to 5 people about my business, and every day I make 5 new connections. And then she goes on to say, my day doesn't end until I do that. So imagine if you were reaching out to 5 people a day and you were making 5 new connections a day. That means your hundreds list never ends. That means you always have someone to talk to, because if you're not talking to someone, then your business isn't growing, because no one's going to come knock on your door and say, hey, are you in the skinny wrap business? That means you got to let the whole world know what you're doing. Okay? So make that your goal. And quite frankly, if you did it every day, that would be 150 people a month that you've made new relationships with, and 150 people a month that you've talked to. And I'll tell you, you can even take 2 days off a week. Do it 5 times a week. There you go. That's 100 people a month. If you contact 100 people a month and talk to them about these products or this opportunity, if you make 5 new relationships every day or 100 new relationships a month, you're going to be constantly adding people. You're going to be constantly getting your steps of success done. And that's what it takes to be successful in this business. The next thing you got to do is you got to be excited about this. You have to be educated about your opportunity. You have to be educated about your products. Now, if you're new, I get it. You don't know anything. And guess what? We didn't know anything either. But we took the time we set the time aside for self-development so we could learn our company and learn our products. Remember, you're now the CEO of a potentially $1 million business. Means millions upon millions of dollars of orders could be flowing through your organization in a couple years. And you have to prepare yourself to be ready for that. You got to be the person that leads your team. You've got to be the person that knows your compensation plan and your policies and procedures and your products. And you've got to self-develop to learn how to do that. Okay? And so it starts from day one as a new distributor. So I'll just tell you, Sandy and I aren't anything special. We don't have marketing degrees or leadership degrees or anything like that. It's just that we saw what we had from the beginning. We charged hard at it, and we knew that we didn't have the tools necessary to take this all the way to the top. So we've constantly pursued self-development to get there. And so I want you to do that too. And once you start wrapping people and you see the results you give people, and you start using the products and you see the results on yourself, and you start seeing people's lives change financially through this opportunity, you're going to be excited because you're going to believe in it. And Sandy has entered my office. Did you get lost? I didn't do it. You talk, I'll go fix it. Hold on, everyone.
Hey, guys. All right, so I wanted to touch on a few things. He pretty much covered everything that I would say. But there's a few tips that I think are very, very important about finding prospects, okay? First of all, never judge anyone. We do not know who would need our products or need our opportunity. Second of all, the consistency thing. That has been really, really big with me lately. And everyone that I personally mentor and coach, I've been going over this, consistently. Because if you don't wake up every single day and remember that you have a job, this is a job, but you work for yourself, not someone else. What's the greatest job in the world? However, when I roll out of bed in the morning, because my business feeds my family and I treat it as such, then when I roll out of bed in the morning, it is the first thing I think of. I get on it, okay? Now I have the freedom to maybe make a couple posts, answer some messages, and then go make breakfast for my family and come back to it. So consistency just means that every day you're going to work your business. Don't treat it like a hobby, guys, unless you want hobby money. If you want hobby money, a couple $100 or maybe $100 probably if you want to treat it as a hobby a month, then fine, that's what you need to do. But if you want more out of this and you want to obtain everything that's here for you, work it like a job in a business. The 5-on-5 rule, I way outdo that. 5 people a day isn't enough for me, but I think that's a great small goal to start with. I probably reach 20 to 30 people a day. If I have not talked to a new person that day, I will make sure that I go back on social media and talk to people. I did something today that you could do. Wait a couple months, go all the way through your text messages, and re-text everybody. I got a loyal customer today by doing that. She's like, oh, yeah, I did want to get those wraps. She totally forgot about me. Be excited. I think that you guys are doing the 3-way calls with me right now. You've heard it when I talk to your potentials. I am not like, monotone. Yeah, I joined in February 2012, retired my husband. Do you want to join? Because if you talk to them like that, guess what? They have no reason to want to join your business. You're boring. You're not excited about it. Why do they want to do it? So get excited, get passionate, guys. We're involved in something so much bigger than us. Our company is amazing. Mike and Mark and Cindy and Pam, they're always excited and full of passion, and we have to continue that on to our customers. Have the attitude that you have gold. One thing that I've found through my mentorship in the last 3 years with a lot of you guys is when you start, and I get it, you may not have the vision yet that I have. Guess what? I didn't have it for the whole first year in this business. Dave carried my vision for me. I was here to use some reps. Remember, I only joined because I wanted to use those reps. I told him I was going to do it, but I really wasn't. But once
Can you hear me?
Oh, you got my mic working.
Okay.
Anyways, so sorry about that, guys. I think he does this on purpose to get me in his office. You're all right. Anyways, a lot of you, when you start this business and you go out to talk to people, because you don't have that vision yet, you're scared, and it's showing, it's coming through. Don't be scared. Just be excited that you just started. I did so much in my first 3 months, and I had no clue, guys. Some of you have heard this story. I would wrap people, and they'd be like, well, how does it work? I'm like, I don't know. And I wasn't kidding. I did not know. Well, how does this business work? I'm like, I don't know, but I just heard some girl paid cash for a Land Rover, and I'm doing that too. And it just, your things went off. And it just went, crazy. It was just excitement and just passion. So I'm going to hand it back over to Dave and run back down to my office.
This is always such a cluster. Okay, I'm back. So, now that I've run up and down the stairs 10 times, where was I? Be excited. Excitement breeds interest. When you're excited, I want to make sure I was actually talking. When you're excited, people want to know what you're excited about. And when you're talking about your opportunity, you're talking about your business, people are like, well, you got to try the wraps. They really work good. No one's going to believe you. And what that really means is you don't believe yourself. You don't believe this opportunity is real, and you don't believe that our products work. And so the best way for you to combat that internal belief is to, number one, get invested on those Monday night show me the money calls. And number two, go out and wrap people so you can see the results for yourself. You can only, if you wrap enough people and see the results, there's no way you can't believe in this. Okay? If you listen to those Monday night calls and you hear story after story of success, and then eventually you're going to achieve your own success because you're going to believe that, yes, I can do this too. And this is all about the attitude that you approach people with. For me, it is about, I feel like I have gold in my hands. I know my products are amazing. I know they're life-changing. I know my opportunity is life-changing. And so for me, I feel like I have gold in my hands and I'm being generous by sharing it with you. And you really have to have that attitude that you've got your hands on something and you're sharing it with everyone else. I think all too often, because of our self-confidence in this opportunity or our products, that we approach people and we feel like we're bothering them and we're scared. Okay? And once you get over that and start to think, you know what? I'm offering them something that's going to change their life, either physically or financially. Why would you be scared of that? If you knew someone had a pile of gold buried in their backyard, you'd be screaming loud. You've got gold in your backyard. Go find it. And you wouldn't be shy or embarrassed about telling someone that. And so I'm telling you to don't be shy or embarrassed about sharing what we have, because what we have is life-changing. Okay, so that's how to find prospects. But now I want to talk about how to close the prospects. Okay, and first I want to talk about loyal customers. Again, you have to be excited and confident in our products. You have to know that our products are going to meet their needs. You have to know that our products are going to show them results. Okay, you need to explain the loyal customer program in a manner that makes it sound to them like it's a good deal, because really our loyal customer program is a good deal. And I'm going to explain to you what the loyal customer program is later in this webinar, but it's an amazing program. There's no other program like it on the marketplace today. The amount of free products that they get and the wholesale pricing that they get and the shipping and the perks and all that, it can't be paralleled. And you have to talk to them and just don't try and sell them reps. I want you to know what their goals are, and because you took the time to learn your products, you can recommend a line of products for them to meet their goals. And I want you to realize, and I want you to share this with your prospective loyal customers, that our products are synergistic. Okay. Synergetic. I don't think I spelled that right. Synergistic is the word I really want, regardless of what the slide says. And they're designed to enhance the results of each other. They're designed to work together. So they're best used together. So if I'm taking this product and this product, they're going to enhance each other. And they need to know that. So they're going to want to use more products. And I'll tell you, don't be scared to upsell them for $125 so they can get free shipping. We do it all the time. We tell someone about the skinny pack, how they're going to get the wraps, the defining gel, and the fat fighters. And then we start talking about you've got to add on the greens. It's going to put you over $125 in sales. That's going to get you free shipping. So you're really getting a huge discount. And the greens are really going to make your body function the way it's supposed to. So all those other products work to their maximum capabilities because they're synergistic and they work together. And the most important thing when it comes to closing an LC is to assume the sale. How many of you talk to a potential loyal customer and it's almost like you're begging and you're shy and you're scared that they're going to say no, and you never even ask for the sale. You just say, well, think about it, and if you're interested, let me know. No way. I want you to assume that that sale's going through, and you keep pushing that until they stop you. What that means was, hey, based on your goals and the budget that you told me, I think you really need the skinny pack. This is what comes with it. This is what it's going to do for you. And I also recommend the greens with that. Are the greens something you're interested in? And they say, yeah. And I say, that's awesome. So listen, I can go ahead and get your order right now and get it shipped to your front door within a week. And if they don't stop me, fine, give me your name. Let me have your address. What's your email? What's your credit card number? You're going to be so excited when you get these. You're going to love them. Okay, because I'm excited. I know my products are definitely going to show them results. And if they're not willing to make a decision, I'm going to assume that sale is going to go through until they stop me. Sandy, do you want to add anything in on this?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. I absolutely do, because I have to admit and pat myself on the back, I'm totally rocking the LCs this month. Anyhow, when you're talking to a customer, so you're talking to them, this is what I do. I try to get them on the phone because I want to be personable with them. If I can't get them on the phone, I'll do it through Messenger.
But I ask them, they may think they want the wraps, but they want to lose 100 pounds. Well, guess what? Our wraps aren't going to do that right now. So I ask them, what are your health goals? They love it. I want to know what they need to make happen. And then I am their expert. So they tell me maybe I've got saggy skin, my thighs rub together. I mean, I've heard it all. And at that point, I even go onto my eSuite, look at my products. I know a lot about them. I've been in business 3 years. I still read it. I still watch Dr. Don's videos so that I'm the expert. I then will recommend a package for them, okay? If what they need isn't in that package, don't just sell them fat fighters. You don't even know if they care about eating carbs and they need to block them. You need to care about them. They are not a name in a block for you. They are a customer. They are residual income for you. They are going to pay you money. It is your paycheck that they are, that they're making for you. So, and the whole thing about assuming the sell, I wanted to touch on that real quick because I believe that's my success is by assuming the sell. And I do this with distributors and loyal customers. But a lot of times, so I'll get on the phone, they'll tell me about their issues that they're having. I'm going to recommend a few products. I'm not afraid because my bowel defining gel is $45. First of all, I never mention retail. Oh, wow. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, my computer's doing something funny. It's okay. So anyhow, I've never mentioned retail because to me, retail is just ridiculous and silly. Not to mention my products are based on a 90-day regimen, and they are based on using them together. So I will not, now it has happened if they demand it, but I will not just sell you a bottle of Fat Fighters. I will not just sell you a box of wraps. I want you to get maximum results in 3 months because guess what? I want you to know how great my products are, so I want them to work. I want you to stay a customer so that I can help you get healthy. So remember that 90-day regimen. Our products are 90 days. Guess what? Our loyal customer program is 90 days. Always, always tell your customers that they know you are the expert. They will listen to you, and you want them to get the best results that they can get.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to keep going. Okay, so now that's loyal customers, and I want to touch on it a little bit, but really, I know most of you care about signing distributors because signing distributors is what allows you to build that team, that massive sales team that's going to cause hundreds, if not millions of dollars in sales for the company and pull you a paycheck that's going to be life-changing for you. Okay, the first thing I want you to remember is your job is, I know I keep talking about closing distributors, but your job is not necessarily to close distributors. Your job really is to educate people on the opportunity that you have until they're smart enough to make a decision for themselves. Okay? And after you talk to them and you've told them about our opportunity and how it works or whatever, and I wouldn't give them too much information, okay, I would just ask them, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on getting ready to, or on being ready to start your business today? Okay, and if they answer anywhere between 1 and 6, then they're not ready yet. Okay, so just follow up with, well, what can I do to get you to a higher number? Because remember, your job is to educate them. Okay, you come to an agreement on what you can do to get them to a higher number. You do that, and then you schedule the next contact. Okay, give them a chance to review any information you may have given them or anything else, and then say, hey, let me send you a quick video, and I don't know what video that is, and I'll give you a call tomorrow. Does that work for you? And they say yes, and you keep doing that until you bump that number up. Now, if you get an answer of anywhere between 7 and 10, now I think it's time to close the deal. So at that point, if they say 10, you say, great. What's your name? What's your number? What's your social security number? You assume that sale. But if they say 7, 8, or 9, you say, okay, well, what are your concerns? What's stopping you from pushing forward right now? And they're going to tell you what their concerns are, and then I want you to address those concerns, give them solutions, and then ask again, are you ready to start your business? Okay? The other thing that I like to do is I like to ask people after I tell them a little bit about the company and how it works. I always use the conventional marketing versus network marketing example, but I don't say network marketing, I say business model, because that really shows them what it is they're in and the earning potential. I think just that example right there. And then I ask them, what excites you most about this opportunity? And I let them answer, and then when they answer me, I reaffirm what they just told me. Oh, you're excited about the money. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And then I'll probably tell my story at that point. Okay, and we're going to talk about telling your story on the next slide. And so this is just a cycle until you can get them to a higher nut, to that 7 to 10 range, and then I want you to try and close the deal at that point. Okay. If you do any, self-development on network marketing and things like that, there's really two reasons why people are reluctant to sign in network marketing. And number one is they don't believe in themselves, and I guess it could be a combination of both, or they don't believe in the opportunity. Okay? Well, I know that anybody can do this because I get on the Monday night Show Me the Money calls every single Monday to fuel my fire. Okay? And I know that anyone can do this because Sandy and I did this. And again, we don't have any special background that qualifies us for this. Okay? And I know that the opportunity is real because I'm living it. And I've seen thousands of other people in It Works live it. And so if they can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. Okay? So your best approach in any circumstance, be it number one or number two, is empathy, to show understanding. And I couldn't find it in, I don't remember which book I read it in, but there were some key words, tricky phrases or whatever. But typically your responses should go something like this. I used to feel like that until I found It Works, and now I feel like this. So if they say, I don't know about this opportunity, you can say, you know what, I used to feel like that too. I wasn't quite sure. I thought maybe it was a scam or something. But then I found It Works, and I realized that it's really not a scam, and now look where I am today. Okay? Or if you don't have a look where I am today story because you just started, then you just say, and I'm so excited about my future, let me tell you about this lady who just paid cash for a Land Rover, this lady who retired her husband, this lady who was homeless in a car stealing Wi-Fi from McDonald's who now makes $10,000 a month. Let me tell you about that person, because I used to feel like that, but then I found It Works, and now I feel like this. Okay? That shows them that you can relate to their feelings and you can relate to their starting point, and chances are you were in their shoes at one point. But then you found It Works and it all changed. That makes it relatable, and that makes them believe you. Okay? The other thing I want you to do is I want you to develop your story. And it follows the same path. Your story should start something like this. Where you were before you found It Works, what you didn't like about it, because somebody is where you were, or they can relate to where you were. Somebody didn't like where they were just the way you didn't like where you were. So now they are relating with you. They are on level with you. You are connected to them. But then you found It Works, and here I am today. Okay? Then It Works came to the rescue. Okay? So my story, just real quick, and normally I've developed it to last a little longer, and Sandy has her story. I worked full time and I made really good money. So a lot of people would think Dave doesn't have anything to complain about. He makes really good money. I also worked 50 to 60 hours a week, and I was exhausted, and the stress from my job was killing me. Where did I start? What I didn't like about it. But then I found It Works, and a year later, my wife had tripled my income, and so I just walked in and quit my job one day. Do you see how the story flows? And that's how it should flow for you. Now, the other thing that I'll say is, if you don't have your own story, you can use someone else's. You could say, but now I'm so excited about my future. Let me tell you about this lady who just paid cash for that Land Rover. Okay? But the other thing that I want you to realize is your story doesn't have to be huge like mine. You don't have to say, well, I retired my husband because I tripled his income. You could say something as simple as, now I can cover my electric bill so my electric doesn't get turned off. Or now I can go to the grocery store and I can get the cereal that my kids want. Or now I can afford Christmas for my children without having to stress about what bill is not going to get paid. Those small stories are just as powerful as my story to your potential distributor. I guarantee it. Okay? Okay. Launching your, so that's it on how to close DTs. And Sandy, do you have anything to add before we move on to how to launch a new distributor? Because this is the meat of our subject, and I've only got 13 minutes left.
Oh, then keep going.
Okay. I'm going to try and pick up the pace. We may run over. I apologize. Launching your new distributors. Okay. You have to show them immediate success. It's paramount. If your distributor joins this business and they sit around for a month and do nothing, and then their first auto ship processes and they haven't made any money yet, they're not going to be very happy. They're not going to be happy with you. They're not going to be happy with this opportunity. And it's not that they don't want to be successful, but many times we get paralyzed by our fear and we get paralyzed by our lack of knowledge because we don't even know where to begin. And if you as their sponsor are not helping them get past that fear and helping them build that knowledge, then you're setting them up for failure. Okay, now if you do everything you can and they don't do anything, I'm sorry, that does happen. But more often than not, it's their fear stopping them from starting. It's their fear stopping them from taking that initial action to build their business. So what can you as their sponsor do to help them get over that? Okay, I'm going to be very honest and transparent with you today. Okay, if I bring you into this business and you don't make any money, guess what? I don't make any money either. That's the nature of this business. Maybe I'll get paid $5 off my 10% commission level off your auto ship. Okay, well, I'm not looking for $5. I'm looking for you to make real money that's going to change your life because I want to make real money. That's how this business works. So I want my distributors to be successful because when they're successful, I'm successful. So do I care about my team, like what I'm currently trying to build? Do I care about Dave's check? Well, I do, but that's not where my focus is. Where my focus is on your success. Because I know if I invest all my efforts into making you successful, I'm going to get mine. That's the nature of this business. If you sign 5 people and those 5 people go ambassador, you're going to be a millionaire. So why not invest into those 5 people? Make your focus and make your concentration on the people you bring into this business and their success. Don't focus on yourself. Focus on them. And so what that means is you need to focus on your ability to guide and lead them and mentor them to success. And that begins by walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Okay? See, I'd rather you sign 3 distributors and just work with those 3 distributors one-on-one to launch their business as if it were your own than to sign 20 distributors and leave them. To sign 20 distributors and tag them in a Facebook post and wave goodbye. I'd rather you sign 3 distributors and work with them one-on-one than sign 20 distributors and leave them and then contact all of them 3 weeks later because you're about to lose your fast start bonus. Man, that's all about you. Okay? I want my distributors to be successful, and that's where my focus is going to be, and that's where your focus needs to be. It's going to bring you back tenfold. Okay? So listen, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sandy.
Before you moved on real quick to touch on that real quick. Yeah, when you sign a distributor, okay, I understand the excitement of signing a distributor. Do not sign them again to fill that block. Another thing that I run into often as I talk to you guys daily is a lot of times you're like, well, I don't want to bug her. I don't want to ask her. See, you tag people all the time. You post all the time. Guess what? I don't care. If I am bugging them and they don't like the way I lead my business, they do not have to be led by me. Okay? This is our own business. I run an organization, so when I sign you into my business, it is my duty, my responsibility to take you under my wing and to do what I know best is going to get your business to where you want it to be because you already shared your goals with me. A lot of you sit back and you sign people, and all of a sudden you're like, God, I haven't heard anything from her in 3 weeks. Man, I really would like to promote. Let me call her. What? Those people know that. You want to sit back and you want to rely on people to fill your chart and to make you promote. It will not happen. Another thing that I want to say real quick, being transparent, is that, so a lot of you want to sit back and you want to guide your team to sign loyals and sign distributors and to promote, but you don't do that. You're not signing loyals. You're not doing your sections and such. You're not even trying. You're not moving from the computer. You're so obsessed with what your teammates are doing that you're not building your business. First and foremost, my business comes first. I will always complete my sections and such, or at least try. You don't have, it's not mandatory, but I have goals. My goals aren't to sit back and tell you what to do and then watch and see you make me money. That's not my goals. So you need to invest yourself in other people and invest yourself in your business before you can teach other people. I think he's going to get to that.
I am. Thanks for stealing my thunder. Okay, so here we are. I'm telling you this. I have formulated a process on how we launch distributors. And so I'm going to share it with you tonight. And this is a little involved. This is where I want you to get pen and paper out. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to come back and take notes if you'd rather pay attention than take notes. That's fine. So this is the process, and I hope to get this process done in the first 3 days because there is no time to waste. Don't wait 2 weeks to contact your distributor and say, hey, let's set a launch party. They've already missed their 30-day goal. Okay, so here's the process that we follow. Number one, on day one, your distributor just signed. You just got off the phone, and they just signed. You just got their information, and you put them in the computer, and you send them their account number. They are super excited. They just started a business. Okay, do not waste that excitement. Take advantage of it. Put it to work right then and there. Okay, so when we sign a distributor right then and there, we tell them that night, here's your training academy. We help them find the training academy. And we tell them to go watch the videos. It's going to give you a basic overview of this business. I want you to take down, with pen and paper, write down any questions you have. I'll answer them tomorrow when we talk. Okay? I show them where their eSuite is so they can log into their eSuite and play around in there. I show them what their replicated website is and how to find that so they can go look at that. Because an excited new distributor is going to go watch all that. They're going to go check it all out. They're going to be clicking on everything because they're excited. And they're going to be absorbing. They may not know what they've reviewed in this first day, but it's going to be there and it's going to bring up a million questions in their head and they're going to be thinking about it. Okay? And you haven't actually asked them to take any real scary action like talk to someone yet, and I don't want you to. Okay? Set an appointment for the next day to go over those questions and provide some one-on-one training. At that point, make sure you add them to the team pages and the training pages, and then announce them. Welcome them to the team so everyone else can jump in and welcome them. And then go ahead and make a post on your own personal page and tag them, congratulating them and welcoming them to their new It Works business, because that gets it known to the world that they're now in It Works for their friends and family, but it also shows all the people watching you that you're bringing people into this business left and right. Amen. Day 2. So you set them off with those tasks. You call back on the designated time, okay, and they've looked at everything and they got all sorts of questions. And so first, right off the bat, say, okay, you reviewed that stuff. Do you have any questions? Let's go ahead and review that stuff. Okay, congratulate them on their new business. This is exciting. They just started a potentially $1 million business for $99. If you don't think that's cool, then you probably shouldn't be in this business, because that's awesome. And then I want you to go through and I want you to explain that business model the same way I explained it to you tonight. How conventional businesses work versus our business model. And that's simply because I want them to realize that their job here is to build an organization of sales reps that sells thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars for It Works. Because the bigger they build it, the more they sell, the more money they're going to make. So I want them right off the bat to realize what it is they're trying to achieve here. Okay? I also want you in that first conversation to set the expectation. Let them know straight from the beginning. They will succeed or fail through their efforts and their efforts only. No one fails in this business because their upline didn't give them support. Okay, Sandy and I'm not tooting our own horn or crying. We didn't have an upline to support us. Okay, when people ask me who my upline is, I say I am. Okay, so your upline's not going to decide if you're successful or not. And I'm telling you, your downline doesn't decide if you're successful or not, because your downline is going to follow your lead, good or bad. And then your sidelines certainly don't even affect your business, so that's irrelevant. Okay? You are the only person that affects your success in this business. Okay? Set the next expectation that you are here to help. I just saw it in the comments. Don't be scared to ask questions. Remember, you as their sponsor want them to be successful. You should make yourself 100% available to them and help them in any way you can. Now, I'm jumping into some of your comfort zones right now, because I'm telling you to say, you ask me if you have any questions. And you're thinking, but I don't know the answers. I'm new at this. That's fine. We've got team pages and training pages and diamond level sponsors and above that can help you find the answer, but you be the source of information for your distributors. Excuse me. Okay? So let them know. Don't ever hesitate. If I don't know the answer, I'll go find it, or we'll find it together. Okay, and that's what I tell my distributors. Don't hesitate, because I know sometimes when you come into this business, you're so scared to bother your upline. Oh my God, I've called her 10 times already today. Call an 11th time. Who cares? You're making them money. Take advantage of that source of information. Do not depend on your upline to build your business. Do depend on your upline as a source of information, one of many sources. Okay? Use your upline, your sponsor. Use them. That's what they're there for. They are a resource to you to help you build your business. Utilize it. Okay? Where am I? Oh, okay. Then have them get pen and paper and have them write these websites down. And like for me, I do online one-on-one webinars with my new distributors, so I show them. But not all of you have that, and that's okay. Just have them write it down and talk about it. I have them write down the websites, myitworksevents.com, and I explain what it is, and I explain the importance of getting to corporate events. I explain the importance of getting to corporate calls. I stress the Monday night Show Me the Money call. Why? Because every week you're going to hear a new success story from someone that is just like you and me. And you cannot listen to the Monday night Show Me the Money calls repeatedly week after week after week and not believe in this opportunity and not believe that if they can do it, I can do it too. So if you don't believe, you need that fuel to light your fire. Get on those Monday night Show Me the Money calls. And it's a great call to get potentials on too, but I stress it to my new distributors. Don't miss, if you're going to miss any calls, don't miss this one. Okay, the second one I want you to get on is a Sunday night corporate call, but if I have to choose one, I'll say get on Monday night. Okay, and then help them go to that It Works events calendar and find a local event and get them to it, because nothing is going to spark a fire than being at a corporate sponsored event. Going to a One Team, One Mission, or an It Works University, or a conference, depending on when you sign them, or a green carpet for that matter. And if you're local, go with them. And then I show them the myatworkstore.com, and I explain, hey, this is where you get your business cards, blitz cards, and you see how we're all wearing black, green, and bling? Okay, this is where you get it. I just need them to know it's there. I don't have to talk an hour about it. And then I show them myatworksproductcoach.com. And I just explain this is a great place to find answers to your product questions. Okay? And so I kind of just have them write those down. Maybe I show them real quick, but that's like a 5-minute conversation to get through those 4 websites or 3 websites. Okay? Now, run through their eSuite together with them. I go into their eSuite and I walk around with them. If you're on the phone, fine. Talk through it with them while you're going through yours. I show them the settings tab and the auto ships tab because that's where they change all the settings for their account. And the auto ships tab is where they can change or modify or add an auto ship. And then I show them the orders tab, and I show them in the orders tab how they can determine what countries we're in by simply dropping down the country menu. If the country is in that menu, we're in that country. And then I show them how to enroll a new distributor or a new loyal customer because we're going to be wanting them to do that real soon. Now, most importantly, and the last thing I take them to is a documents tab because I believe anything and everything you need to run this It Works business is in that documents tab. And for all the questions that I hear asked on Wrapping Your Dreams team, and I'm not complaining about it, but if I don't know the answer, I go straight to the documents tab and I'll find the answer 99% of the time. Because that is where all the documentation is to run our business. That's where you'll find the compensation plan. If you haven't read the compensation plan, but that explains exactly how you make money in this business, I'll ask why. Okay, that's where you'll find the policies and procedures. That's how to run your business and keep it legal. I also show them the steps of success because that's the business model by which we run our business. And I show them a Ruby chart because the steps to success are designed to build Rubies. And the last thing I talk about is a product information sheets. For me, for a new distributor, this is the #1 best place to learn your products. It tells you what the product's used for. It tells you how to use it. It asks frequently asked questions, and it gives you ingredients lists. And if you knew every single word that was in every product information sheet, you'd probably be the smartest It Works distributor on our products. And that's the first place I'm going to find the answer. Okay, and I tell people, and I think most of you do this, some people print all those out and they keep them in a binder so they can reference them when they're talking to someone. I downloaded all of them electronically onto my iPad so I can just pull them up on my iPad if someone has a question. But if someone has a question, I pull the product information sheet up because I don't want to give misinformation. Okay, next, I take out the steps of success and I review them. I cover the importance of signing 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. Why is it important to sign 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days? #1, it is a prereq on eligibility for the $500 Ruby bonus. How many of you knew that? If you go into the document section, you can find Ruby bonus official rules. And then it says there, you must sign 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days to be eligible for this bonus. It doesn't say you got 2 full calendar months to sign 4 loyals. No, you have to sign 4 loyals in your first 30 days. Then you have 2 full calendar months to get to the rank of Ruby, which in my mind is plenty of time. Okay? So that's important. If they don't get those 4 loyal, they just lost out on a Ruby bonus. So in my mind, it is mandatory that they get those 4 loyal customers, and I stress it. Plus, if they don't get the 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days, they're going to lose out on that $120 in free product. And if they haven't got those 4 loyal customers, they don't have 2 app rewards yet. Okay, I don't say, well, you got to get 2 loyal customers so I can fast start. That's my problem. But I'm about their business and making them successful. So that's what we talk about. Okay? At this point, when we talk about the 120 in free product and the 2 app rewards, I talk about the importance of selling wraps. Because when you sell wraps, when you put a sample wrap on someone for $25, it shows them results and it puts cash in your pocket. Now, I don't know about you, but I love every time I put $25 in my pocket. It gets me excited. Okay? And the neat thing, and this is what I explain to new distributors, every time you wrap someone, not only does it put $25 in your pocket, but you show someone results. And when you show someone results after one rep, they want to come back to you as a loyal customer, or they see the business opportunity in having an exclusive product that shows you results in 45 minutes, and they want to start their own business. So every time you wrap someone, you increase the chances of you building your business. That's why we insist that everyone go out and wrap people. That's why wrapping is one of the basic building or foundational principles of our business, is to go out and get the wrap on people, because it puts money in your pocket and it builds your business. And then I show them how you get a box of wraps with your kit, you get 2 boxes of wraps with your 120 and free product, and you get 2 boxes of wraps with your 2 app rewards. That means you have in your possession $500 in wraps. That is potentially $500 in your pocket, and most likely, if you sell all $500 worth of those wraps, you'll be real darn close to Ruby in your first month. Now, who doesn't want to invest $99 and walk away with a $500 cash profit? I know I do. Who doesn't want to spend $99 to join this business and then turn around a month later and promote to the rank of Ruby? I know I do. Then I keep going through the steps of success, and I get to the signing 3 DTs part. And I tell them that, hey, we're trying to get to the rank of Ruby so you can earn that $500 guarantee. This is going to set the foundation for that Ruby. Because to make Ruby, you have to have 3 qualified legs, one of which must have an executive within the depth of that leg. And I just said a whole bunch of gibberish to them because they don't know what any of that means. So I then stop and I explain what a leg is. I explain what a qualified leg is. And to do that, I have to explain what personal business volume is and what group volume is. Now, I'm telling you that are on the webinar tonight, I want you to explain this to your new distributors so they understand what it takes to get to the rank of Ruby. But if you don't know what that stuff means, then I encourage you to go reach out to someone that can teach you and help you and learn it. And at this point, I want you to pull out a Ruby chart, and I want you to explain it all again on the Ruby chart so they can visually see it. This is their goal. They have to make Ruby to get that $500 bonus. Chances are that's what attracted them to this business in the first place. And remember, you want to show your new distributor immediate success. Getting to the rank of Ruby in their first month is immediate success. Now, once you've done that, I want you to add it all up. I want you to show them the profit potential. We've already decided we had $500 worth of wraps in our hands because we signed 4 loyal customers in our first 30 days. We showed them how to make Ruby, so they're going to get a $500 Ruby bonus. What they didn't realize is they're also going to get a Ruby commission, which is going to be about $400. And they don't even know about Fast Start bonuses yet, so explain to them Fast Start bonuses. And that's going to mean another $300. And when you add all that up, that's $1,700 that you just made by signing 4 loyal customers and going Ruby. That gets people excited, on fire. They're ready to get to work at this point, and you've shared all this with them on day 2, not day 10, not day 15, not day 25 because you need them to fast start, but on day 2 because you are about their success. And then at this point, I explain real quick, and I don't go into detail. I just say, hey, look, the steps of success are tied directly towards building Ruby for a reason. Because once you learn how to build a Ruby and you do it, you just simply do it again and you'll promote. And you just simply do it again and you're a diamond. And you just simply do it again and again and again, and it will take you all the way to the top of this company. Ruby is a foundational principle of our business. That's what the steps of success are designed to do, build Rubies. Make sure they understand that. And more importantly, make sure they understand how important it is to teach the steps of success to everyone they bring in this business. Have the same discussion with them that I'm having with you. Okay, now, we just told them you have to get 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. And so I go through and I explain what the loyal customer program is, because they're going out trying to find loyal customers. They have to know what the program is. So this is a discussion I have with them on day 2, a detailed discussion. And it goes something like this. This is what I tell them, I'm telling you. So if you don't know, you know it now. Okay? Hey, you ever go to Sam's Club? Yeah, me too. Remember how you paid $50 so you could become a member and buy their products at wholesale price? They're like, yeah. And I said, well, our program works the exact same way, except we agree to waive that $50 fee if you agree to order 2 more times after your first order. That's our loyal customer program. And they're like, wow. And so when you tell someone that, not your new DT, but a potential loyal, and you say, yeah, ours works the same way. It costs $50 to become a member. They're like, oh, there we go. I got to pay $50 to do this. And then you turn around right behind it and say, but I'm going to waive it. Man, their ears perk up. They get all excited. Wait, I just got to order something 2 more times after this, and you're going to waive the $50 fee? Yeah. Doesn't have to be what you ordered the first month. You can order something different every month. Just got to order something 2 more times after this, and then you're a loyal customer for life. Okay? Once you become a loyal customer for life, once you've completed that agreement, either by ordering 3 times or paying the $50, you're now a loyal customer for life, and you earn free shipping for life. In addition to that, you earn 10% product credit on everything you order. That means for every $100 you spend, we're going to give you $10 back in product credit to order more. And if you order consecutively for 6 months, we're going to give you a $50 product credit. And if you order consecutively for a year, we're going to give you a $150 product credit. And people get it. What? You're going to give me all this free stuff? And oh, by the way, when you become a loyal customer, you're going to get your own website. And so if you go out and tell your friends and family about how awesome these products are, they can go to your website and sign up as a loyal customer. For everyone that does that, you're going to earn a free box of wraps or $35 in product credit. Man, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay? When you explain it like that, people see the value in our loyal customer program. I'm telling you, it's the best on the market. Nothing beats it. No one gives away that much free product credit. No one has an opportunity to earn all those free wraps by referring out to friends and family. Okay, free shipping for life, 10% product credit for life. That's amazing. Now, on day 2, you've talked about all this. Go back through and stress it again. You must get 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days, hell or high water. And you must get 3 distributors and go Ruby in your first 2 full calendar months. That is their goals. At this point, I want you to give them homework in preparation for day 3. Okay? Have them create a list of 20 to 30 people who they think will either want to use our products as a customer or want to start their own business as a distributor. I want you to go through and circle the top 5 people that they want in the business with them. Have them go through their list and say, these are the top 5 people that I have to have in the business with me. Okay? And have them do that as homework in preparation for tomorrow's discussion. And then set an appointment to talk tomorrow. So here we are on day 3. Review their top 5 and help them come up with a plan of what to say and how to approach those 5 people. And if you're with them, call them with them, so you can help them improve what they say on the next call, Okay? After you've done that, I want you to set their launch party, and I want it at the 10-day point. Okay? Plus or minus a couple days. Sandy says prior to 10 days, but I want to make sure that they have time to prepare, and I want to make sure they have time to invite, and I want to make sure that they have time to get all the products that they need. Okay? So I'll say about the 10-day point. Okay, you don't want to wait to the 20-day point or the 30-day point. They have goals to meet within 30 days. You want to knock this out within 10 days. Okay, everybody should have their first 4 loyal customers within their first 10 days. And then I want you to help them set up their party. Now that you've set a date, okay, help them with invites. Help them set up a Facebook event. And so here's what I tell people. Do not set up a Facebook event and send an invite to all your friends. That is impersonable, and it's lazy, and it'll get you nowhere. I want you to call people or go see them face to face, talk to them on the phone or message them. That individual private interaction, that relationship building, and invite them. And now once they've said, yes, I'll come, Then say, hey, I'm going to send you a Facebook event invite. Then you invite them on Facebook. Okay? The whole Facebook event thing is simply to get them pumped up for the party. You're going to be posting before and afters, talking about how you can't wait to see who gets these kind of results, and just pumping up our products and pumping up our opportunity. But that's after you've personally invited them one-on-one and they've accepted. And then I tell them the day before your party, you need to reach out to every single person individually, call them individually and say, oh my God, girl, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow, and I cannot tell you how much it means to me that you've agreed to come to my party and support my business. Thank you so much. Because if you take the time to call that person the day before, they will not back out on you that day. Because we've all seen that happen, right? Okay. So that's how we help them set up their event, and that's the guidance that we give them on their third day. Okay? This is how it should flow for the first 3 days. I've taught them enough to know about all they need to know about the business. I've given them very specific goals, and I have set them up with their launch party. At that point, when their launch party comes, if you are their sponsor, you should be at their launch party conducting their first party. And if you're not local, then Skype in. Again, I'm probably jumping into your comfort zone because I'm guessing some of you have never had a party. And so how are you supposed to help someone else have their first launch party? Okay? It is time to get out of our comfort zones. Remember, if you want to be successful in this business, you have to lead first by example. As Sandy said, don't preach what to do to everyone else unless you're doing it yourself first. Okay. How to make your business explode. This is the last portion of this webinar, so we're getting close, and I apologize that I'm running over. Not that I have a time delay, but we normally run 9 to 10. Okay. We've stated this. We set expectations with our new distributors, but I'll state it again. Your business will succeed or fail through your efforts and your efforts only. Your team, and I'm just telling you, I've been in the business 3 years, and I see it time and time again. If you're not doing anything, no one on your team is going to do anything. When Sandy and I slack off, Wrapping Your Dreams team slacks off, and we recognize that. Okay? Your team will follow your lead. If you're not working, or, I need to preface this, if they don't see you working, they won't either. Which kind of leads me to my next point. You may be working your ass off. You may be wrapping 30 people a day, holding 17 parties a week, signing 18 loyal customers and 72 distributors a day. Okay? But if no one on your team knows it, they assume you're doing nothing. So you have a responsibility to be vocal and be visible via social media. I mean, I don't know how else to be visible and vocal. I guess you call everyone and say, oh my God, guess what I did today? Okay? But that's why we insist that everyone is active on our team pages. Because I want to ask you, how do you feel when you see someone just signed a distributor again, or they just signed a loyal customer again, or they post a picture of themselves blitzing? Okay, how does it make you feel? I know how it makes me feel. I say, geez, I need to get to work. I can't believe she signed a 4th loyal customer already. I need to up my game. What does it do when I see other people's actions? It inspires me to action. And so not only do you have to lead by example, you have to let your team know that you're doing it. And your actions alone will inspire them to action. But if no one knows you're doing anything or you're not doing anything, they assume you're doing nothing and they will follow that lead. And this is so important and critical to your business. Oh, Sandy lost her entire connection. She's back up in my office. Okay. Where am I at? Okay, so the last statement here is your actions, and the sharing of your actions will inspire your team to action. And unfortunately, the reverse is true also. Okay, you have to teach us steps of success and their importance. This is a foundational principle of our business. Okay, all too often we concentrate on crazy stuff. Okay, I mean, just stuff that is so, I made up all these flyers, and I'm going to laminate each one of them by hand, and I'm going to put the little green hearts that I cut out by hand, I'm going to glue each one, and I made 1,000 of them so I could pass them out with candy during Halloween. I see stuff like that, okay? But what you're not concentrating on or mastering or focusing on are the foundational principles, and that's blitz, wrap, repeat. Blitz means I've got to go talk to people. Wrap means I have to get the wrap on people, and repeat means that's it. Keep doing it over and over and over again, because when you wrap people, you build your business, you put money in your pocket. And when you're talking to people, your business is open. When you're not talking to people, your business is closed. The next foundational principle is parties and party pad. I'm telling you, parties is where it's at. Every time someone has a party, they end up signing a loyal customer or distributor. The fact of the matter is our opportunity is amazing, our products are amazing, and if you can just get someone's attention for an hour to show them, they're going to want it. Get their attention for an hour to put a wrap on them, and they're going to want it. Get people in a group where they're excited together, and it's like a feeding frenzy, and they all want it. Parties is where it's at. Now, do you have to make up your own presentation to tell about this business? No. Use the party pad. Because quite frankly, when you got a money jar there and everyone threw their $25 in to get the wrap and they're all sitting with their wrap on, and you're sitting there doing the simplest thing ever, pointing at a piece of paper and reading it, everyone's looking at you thinking, dang, she just made all that money and all she's doing is pointing and reading? I can do that. But if you make it complicated and you make it too confusing, you're going to intimidate people. That's why we use the party pad, because it's simple and it's easy and it lets people know how easy this business is. And the next thing is the steps to success. And that steps to success build rubies. Okay? This is what Sandy and I live our life by. Our sole goal in life is to get the steps to success done every month. And when we get them done, you know what we do? We challenge ourselves to get them done again. And if we get them done again, you know what we do? We challenge ourselves to get them done again. This guides our efforts. And if we haven't got our steps to success done by mid-month, we're picking up our efforts, because that's the only thing we're trying to do. We're trying to build a ruby a month. And that's what I want you to do. Build a ruby a month. Always strive for self-improvement and self-development. Okay? Like I said, Sandy and I started this business at day one with zero knowledge. We were clueless. Okay? But because we took intentional action to self-develop ourselves, we're so much better at leading this team, at knowing the compensation plan, at charting, at knowing how to talk to people, how to close deals. That knowledge just didn't plop in our laps. We went out and sought it on purpose. And I want you to do that too. It's going to pay off dividends in the years to come. And the last thing I want to say, at least on this slide, is to praise, love, and encourage your team. Remember, this isn't about you and your success. It's about the success of your team. Because when your team is successful, you will get your rewards. Okay? Make this about them. All right. The good bonuses. So we're done with the training presentation, but I've got a few closing words. The good bonuses. March 31st is rapidly approaching. We're about a month away now. Okay? Month plus 10 days, whatever. Okay? And I know, and it makes me sad, I know many of you have given up already. Chances are, if you're that person, you're probably not in on this webinar tonight. And that's sad for me, because you're giving up on your dreams so easily. Okay? And I know some of you are starting to doubt if you're going to make it or not. And I know some of you are still charging hard. You know, just running blindly towards that destination. And that's great, and I'm excited for you. And I'm not really talking to those people. I'm talking to the first two groups. Okay? Let me give you some thoughts to chew on before we close tonight. Okay? Every time you stop, your team stops. Remember, they follow your lead. So if you're charging hard and you stop, your team's going to stop. You will not stop and land where you stopped. You will stop and land where you stopped, and then your team will slide backwards. Maybe you built yourself up to $4,000 or $5,000 in volume, and then you stop for a month. You can expect the next month you're going to have $3,000 in volume, and the next month you're going to have $1,500 in volume, and it's just going to dwindle away to nothing. So when you stop, you move away from your goal. You don't stay where you are, you move away from your goal. So here's the deal. As long as you stop, you'll never move backwards. You may become stagnant, you may slow down, but you'll never move backwards as long as you're charging from the front. Okay? As long as you keep going, you will always make steady progress towards your goal. Now I want to share something else with you. For the 3 years I've been in this business, they have always extended the good bonuses. I'm not promising you that it's going to happen, but it's happened for the last 3 years, and I have no reason to believe it wouldn't happen this year. So would you rather quit because you think you can't and fall back further from your goal just to find out you had an extra month and could have made it? Or would you rather keep fighting for every single inch up until midnight on the 31st? So you are that much closer to your goal when they extend it, and now you're within reach to get it. What's your choice? And then I'm going to ask you this, what if they don't extend it? Or what if they do extend it by a month and you're still fighting and you still don't make it when they extend it? Would you rather quit now, put yourself further from your destination, or do you actually want the rank? Here's what I know to be true. When you finally make ambassador, be it 1 year from now or 3 years or 5 years from now, because if you don't quit, you will make it eventually. And you're making $585,000 a year. Do you know how much money that is? When you get to the rank of ambassador and you're making $585,000 a year, you will not care if you got that good bonus or not. Okay? But if you keep quitting, you will never get there. You'll just keep moving backwards. You'll quit, you'll join back up, you'll make forward progress, you'll quit, you'll fall back. You have to stay constant, stay consistent, and believe that this is going to happen for you, and it will. You just can't quit. Now is the time to bring it, everyone. It's boom time. This is the craziest, busiest time of our year, and I see it. Our numbers are going through the roof. And I'm telling you, don't miss the boat. Don't be caught on the outside looking in saying, I wish I would have. When you hear about Timmy just got the double good bonus for going diamond and Jane just got the triple good bonus. And you say, oh, I wish I would have stayed in it. Don't be that person. You have a choice. You can keep living the life that you want to live, or keep living the life that you're living now. The struggles where you get up every morning and you go pour your heart and soul into someone else's business to make someone else rich. You can keep leaving your kids every day and dropping your kids off at daycare to let someone else take care of them while you go make someone else rich. You can keep struggling with money. You can keep struggling at life. And I tell you what, if you give up on this, that is your life for the next 20 to 30 years. Or you can just say, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. And you can commit yourself and you can charge hard and you can just give it 100% to the point of exhaustion. And it will change your life financially to where you don't have to worry about those other things. As the saying goes, do today what most people won't, so you can have tomorrow what most people can't. This can be life-changing for you, but you have to go after it. Now, for all the people that have been working their butt off for the last month and a half since conference or however long it's been, and you haven't made as much progress as you wanted to, maybe you haven't even signed a loyal customer or distributor yet. Okay, you can decide today that I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to remind you, and these are my closing thought, because it sticks with me every day. There was a lady that left conference on January 18th as a distributor and promoted to the rank of diamond on January 31st and then earned a $20,000 good bonus. So my question to you is, what can you make happen in the next 9 days? My question to you is, what can you make happen by March 31st? You could make amazing things happen. And if you put the practices that I showed you today into effect over the next month and 10 days, I think you're going to be so happy where you land on March 31st. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodnight, everyone, but I'm not hanging up. I'm just stopping the recording